So firstly, thank you, Mr. Batra. Really a pleasure, always, as always, to meet you. And I have this opportunity today to talk a little about experiential marketing and the little snippets of knowledge that I have gathered over the years is what I would like to share with this learned audience here. I'm not sure, I'm not sure that it's anything about knowledge that you may not already know, but it's hopefully something that you can take away with. So let me start off with saying and talking and sharing with you what we at RedBeryl is a lifestyle services company that we've set up. It's a very small team. It's a team of about 30 people. We've just set it up literally 5 months ago. We set it up in Delhi. Last weekend is when we actually extended this. We've now launched in, we've gone south. We've done it in Bangalore, we've done a launch in Hyderabad, and now we are doing it in Mumbai and Pune and so on and so forth. So city by city, we're extending this. This is really focused on the HNIs and ultra HNIs. I don't think anyone here needs to know how the luxury market is booming. We all know the opportunities which exist. The key reason which, at least from my own perspective, which I thought was a void in the market, when you look at the customer, there was a customer need which I felt was being unfulfilled. Having spent 8 to 9 years with American Express and managing and actually starting with launching, the highest end card, which is the top end Centurion or the black card as it's popularly known, the platinum cards and so on and so forth. And then looking at a lot of other concierge services. When you look at, there are cards which provide certain, benefits and features, and then there are concierge services which also do what they're supposed to do. But there was nothing which meshed the two, which brought everything together. And that's where I thought there was an opportunity which was staring us in the face, and especially with what's expected in India going forward. So I'm not going to go through each one of them, but the cornerstone of what we're going to be doing at RedBeryl, and I was just having a chat over a cup of green tea with Mr. Batra, was around how we are progressing, and within the first 4 months or 5 months that we've launched, we have exceeded the investor estimates. So there is a market, there is a demand, and I'm very blessed to have a very good team who's supporting me in this cause. So what we are really doing is we have 7 or 8 pillars. Think of us like an Amazon for an ultra HNI. We don't manufacture anything. We are going and we have an agreement with the right hotels, with the right airlines, the restaurants, and everything, whatever we can curate, which would meet the needs of the customer, is something that we provide. Now, there's one example I'd want to share with you. A lot of times a customer needs are met after a customer asks for something. We have created it, and everyone has, I'm not even getting into things like a dedicated relationship manager or a 24/7 concierge. Those are givens. We have that. We give that. We provide that. But we have created something called a dream weaver. Now, who's a dream weaver? A dream weaver that's a job of our relationship managers who would actually reach out to their customers and ask them, okay, what is it that you're looking at? What are your aspirations? What are your needs? What are your requirements? You may have a sister or a brother or whatever. Let's say you want to send a Rakhi to San Francisco. You plan your whole calendar. You want to go to Wimbledon. Your son wants to have an experience with let's say, Nadal or with Djokovic or whoever. It doesn't matter. You want to go to Abu Dhabi, you want to go for the F1, you'll do it. You want to go, there's a concert coming up on the 26th of Jan in Bombay. We will organize everything for you. So that is our job. You know, we take away today, if there is one thing, people, I think, at least in my humble view, they do not have time for, I mean, they have money for everything, but time is where there is a constraint. And that is where we fill the void. So these are the services that we provide. We provide access to 3,000 clubs across the world. We provide, you know, I spoke about quite a few of these items. And, you know, one could go to any of these restaurants. You could have every quarter, as an example, you know, we provide a meal for 4, and it's on us. So it's not a bad deal, right? And like this, there are, and that's an ongoing part and parcel of the product construct. But like this, you know, another example would be a meet and assist. Every time you want to do a meet and assist, it's on us. There are 62 lounges in India, which are between domestic and international airports, right? There is free access, right? Now, you could say a lot of credit cards also provide that. Yeah, but they are limited. You could, some twice a month, some, you know. We have unlimited access. Not only is it unlimited, it's complimentary. And most important, you have what is a fast track. Because you don't want to go in and let's say you're flying from Delhi on American Airlines, you're flying from Delhi to New York, right? They will actually send you to the NCAM lounge, and over there you'll have to probably have to wait for 30 to 40 minutes to get in because, you know, you are like any other customer. Now we have for our members, there is a fast track. So wherever we can make a difference is what we like to do. Thank you. So what is experiential marketing? Again, like I said, over here, looking at the audience, I think you're probably very familiar. I'll just touch upon a couple of things which to my mind are very important. I've been a marketer now for about 20 years. And when you look at conventional marketing or traditional marketing versus experiential marketing, in my view, in what is experiential marketing is something which is, you know, moving away from a day-to-day transaction into a relationship. You are taking a customer along with you through the journey. They should feel that you're constructing the product together, you're constructing the campaign together. They should feel very much an inherent part of the overall process. So it's immersive experiences. They should feel, you know, it's also called, by the way, it's also called engagement marketing or participation marketing. A lot of people may say, okay, you know, experiential marketing is event marketing. There's a slight difference in terms of event marketing versus experiential marketing, but not too much. And then you have customization and personalization. None of us sitting here would expect a letter which is, you know, without our name on it. We won't feel good about it. We won't feel that good about it. But on the other hand, if we have a name on it, right, we know that somebody is making the effort at the back end on the CRM, which is the customer relationship management side, to make an effort to do what they're supposed to do. The power of experiential marketing is coming from the top, which is where you're cultivating attachments which are of an emotional nature. They're not of a transactional nature, they are of an emotional nature. And you're transforming your customers. At the end of the day, that's all you need. If your customers can become your brand advocates, you need nothing really more than that. Very interesting quote. Less than 20% of this is by a professor in Australia who's a marketing guru. He said that less than 20% of ads are actually noticed and correctly branded. Correctly branded. Now that's a very important word. You know, a lot of marketers are sitting here, and this is not a very, this is not a quote from the 80s or the 90s. This is a quote from 2022, not 23, but 2022. So this is the relevance of how important it is to get marketing right, and even more so now in the digital age that we are living in. Remember, every consumer now, whether you're watching, OTT, there are ways and means in which you can fast forward the ads. So you can just bypass all the ads. You don't need to watch the ads. When did you last watch something on Netflix and watched an ad? You haven't done that, right? So when you go into a movie hall, what happens during interval? You step out, get your popcorns and all that, if at all you go into a movie hall. And so the ads are moving away. So you have to capture the customer at the right moment, at the right time, with the right, with the right intent. And experiential marketing, that's why becomes even more important, where you create a very, very long and lasting relationship. And that will take me to my last slide, which is, actually, I have two slides, sorry. This is a very interesting example. There is a company, I don't know if you've heard of this. Anyone here has heard of lean cuisine? It's owned by Nestle, okay? And lean cuisine, there's a little bit of history, and I'll probably take a minute to talk about it. Lean cuisine was losing market share drastically, year after year after year. And it was all to do with, weight and obesity. And people were losing weight. So there were various weight supplements and all. While it was more prominent in the US, but this was a trend all over the world. What they did in the US, somebody came up with this campaign. The campaign was Weigh This campaign. So they put, right, anyone knows where the main subway is in New York? Grand Central, anyone? Right? So what they did was they put a weighing machine in the center of Grand Central, right? And they said, you want to weigh yourself? It's your call. Don't tell us how much you weigh, okay? And they put a huge wall, almost the size of that wall over there. Talk about what you feel. How empowered you feel. What's going through your mind. Talk about your sentiments. Talk about your children. Talk about who you love the most in life. Talk about, look at what happened. People started to do that. It became a trend. It just became a trend. And 270 million people is who they reached out to. 270 million people. The increase in brand conversation was 400% and increase in brand perception was 33. This was the weighing scale that was put over there. And they went wild on that time, of course, what is now X, that time was Twitter. They went wild on Insta channels, the socials, the influencers. Everyone did what they had to do. So it wasn't only the weighing scale, but it was a community that came together and then spoke about what they really felt was going on. So it was absolutely, mind-blowing. This is engagement marketing. Couple of last examples. I'll probably just touch upon the first one. And this is a very interesting one. I don't know if you heard of it or not. There was a space jump. Red Bull, which is different than RedBeryl. Red Bull is known for sports, and they do a fantastic job with sports and energy drinks and so on and so forth. They had a person who actually jumped live. So what they did was they put him in a bubble, right, and took him all the way to space, and from space to the Earth, which is 49 kilometers. That was the height. It was live. There was live streaming of that, which happened. Live streaming, and on that they had 8.3 million live. At that one moment, 8.3 million people were watching. That same year was Olympics, when they had 8 million people watching the Olympics. So this is the power of engagement marketing. If done right, if done properly, if applied a lot. I haven't spoken about, there has to be brainstorming, there has to be clear objectives, there have to be clear ROIs which have to be set out, there have to be clear measuring tools after that. Okay, you've spent X amount of money, what are the return and how you're going to generate that return, and how you're measuring it. But if you do all of that, this is the benefit that engagement marketing can generate for you. Experiential marketing, my apologies. And now I'm going to end with an AV so that I get some ROI for RedBeryl here.
In the realm of luxury, where passions ignite, the color of opulence burning bright, a tapestry of dreams where desires reside. Red, the hue that indulges, cannot hide. Presenting a new summit of luxury, only a chosen few like you can witness. In lavish halls adorned with splendor's grace, crimson curtains drape, embracing the space. A red carpet we walk, a lifestyle so grand, luxury's touch like an artist's hand. In scarlet hues we find our way, living boldly each and every day. Travel in style, revel and play. in this extravagant journey, carve your own trail. As red carpets unfurl, a path so rare, allow us to unlock experiences with utmost care. With personalized luxury lifestyle services, exclusively curated beyond all compares. So raise a glass to this luxurious affair, where red, like flames, dances in the air. In grandeur, we find our heart's delight. A lifestyle of passion, wrapped in red's might. Discover the extraordinary with RedBeryl. Reach out to your exclusive relationship manager or 24/7 concierge, ensuring a seamless connection to the world of refinement. Or simply explore our offerings through our user-friendly app or website. Join us today as our honored member, RedBeryl, the trailblazer in luxury lifestyle services.
Thank you. Thank you very much.